BMW rider Hubert Auriol is in the market too. Obviously very confident of his chances, on the rally of course. Belgian Gaston Rahier gets straight on with the job in hand, waving with the other. Meanwhile, New Year celebrations continue, in the arms of the law.
Hubert Auriol is spectacular, the heavy enduro bike bucking its way among the boulders. Not so sure-footed is Alain Laurent, who finds his Yamaha rather too heavy. Auriol's teammate Gaston Rahier passes by confidently. He was to post 7th fastest time on this stage. Fastest bike today is a Yamaha 600 of Serge Bacot, confidently powering through the oasis ahead of BMW racers Gaston Rahier, 2nd fastest today and 3rd overall. Then Hubert Auriol, who has had enough problems to keep him down in 18th overall.
At the halfway stage, the famous Arbre de Ténéré, a metal tree, the only point of reference in the featureless Ténéré desert. Legend told by the Arabs hereabout has it that there was once a living tree here, tended by an old man, who died building a wall to protect the tree. His son set out on camels from Agadez to take his place, but never arrived. The first car to cross the desert the next year, driven by an Englishman named Bedford, collided with the only obstacle in 10,000 square kilometres and knocked the tree down. Today, the metal tree of Ténéré stands as a sentinel to arriving racers, guarding essential fuel supplies for the bikers.
Behind raid leader Gaston Rahier comes Hubert Auriol, who will win today's stage from Rahier by just 90 seconds, and 3rd BMW rider Raymond Loiseau. All the bikes will have to stop here in order to refuel. Refueled and racing, quite literally by the seat of his pants, Rahier is first away with Auriol chasing. Intense rivalry even when pitted against the environment. As fuel is delivered by Bedouin power, Serge Bacot arrives in 4th place, his Yamaha challenging the 3 BMWs for this stage. But by nightfall, the BMs had claimed the top 3 special places. An errant goat, an added hazard for 2nd place biker Hubert Auriol. He is now just 18 minutes behind leader Gaston Rahier. As the raiders pass through a village, to the sound of a one-man band and another kamikaze goat, Raymond Loiseau is next up on his bucking BMW. He's closely followed by a very sideways Giampiero Finando on his Yamaha. The young spectators have already taken the best seats as they await the arrival of the raiders. They make their own music as two-wheeler leader Gaston Rahier thunders down the jungle road on his beefy BMW. Close behind comes Honda privateer Christian Vermeer. Rahier's teammate, Raymond Loiseau, is still in strong contention on his BMW. In the next village, we see Rahier racing through the main street, spectacularly fast as he takes a long, sweeping bend.
The rally moves from Guinea into the former British colony of Sierra Leone, the 582-kilometre stage to Freetown. But first, Kibala, like a Wild West town main street, where the magnificent local mosque rubs shoulders with Barclays Bank. Could this be one of its depositors? And the post office, religion and commerce, peaceful neighbours. After passing through the capital city Conakry, the raid reaches Labé to more ugly crowd control scenes. Although this bully is told to cool it, soldier. First arrival is Gaston Rahier, leading the bike rally by just 6 minutes. But can Hubert Auriol catch him? Auriol answers.
Up to now I've been winning 1, 2, 3 minutes every day, so 3 days to go. It can be possible, of course, but I think the main thing is, of course, to bring the 2 BMW bikes and to Dakar. And the order, well, it's important for the drivers, not for BMW. So I think everybody has his chance, and we'll see in 2 days.
Every vantage point is taken to greet the adventurers.
This will be the last serious competitive stage of the 1984 Paris-Dakar. Just as hard fought as the previous 17 and just as fraught. Former World Motocross Champion Rahier now has 15 minutes in hand after Auriol wrong-slotted yesterday. But remember, a puncture could cost him 16. Auriol is racing even harder. He has everything to gain in second place. As over the jump he comes, flying on one wheel.
And still standing alone and perhaps a little aloof, Napoleon Sabine considers emulating King Canute. The bike racers, however, have another idea, the butt of his briefings and warnings these past 3 weeks. Perhaps he would like to sample Neptune's company. It's all taken in good humour. And the bedraggled, still immaculate Sabine arises victorious from the waves. You see, the man is human after all. René Metsch comes to find out what fun he's missed. Only just in time to see the first of a kamikaze squadron fly past. But there's still a raid to be run, and it's back to business for the bikes on their final special, a 30-kilometre blind down the sand to Dakar itself. Just 50 of the 120 two-wheeled starters have made it to the finish. Suddenly, though, it's all over. The chase helicopters roar overhead, the leaders arrive on Dakar Beach, amongst 30,000 spectators in a fantastic finale. Gaston Rahier there, a deserved bike winner, is mobbed and feted with champagne. Somewhere in the middle of the crowd, there he is, yes, the victorious Rahier. Willing hands helping him towards a BMW flag, which just happens to be growing right here on the beach.